Now, with the latest round of United Nations climate change discussions drawing to a close in Azerbaijan this week, what they decide will have a direct impact on polar bears living more than 5,000 miles away.
So over the last 5 years alone, the polar bear population near Churchill in the Canadian Arctic has declined by more than 25% as rising temperatures melt the ice. Our science correspondent Victoria Gill reports.
I am here on a very robust tundra buggy out on the tundra near Churchill, Manitoba in northern Canada. It's home to one of the most southerly populations of polar bears in the world. They call Churchill the polar bear capital of the world. And there is a polar bear sleeping just nearby. We are safely high up and in a vehicle that it cannot reach, and we are just quietly watching it having a snooze. Now, I'm here with the Polar Bears international team, including Dr. Flavio Lehner. The polar bears here are having a good year, aren't they? What is happening here in terms of the weather that's helped them?
Yeah, so in the western part of Hudson Bay, the bears had a good year because the ice stuck around really long in spring. They could use it to hunt for longer than usual, so they really profited from this unusually good year.
The bears really need that sea ice, don't they? I heard one of your colleagues refer to polar bears as blubber hunting ice bears, which I really like that expression. That's going to be my expression for them now. Why do they need the ice so much?
Yeah, so the bears use the ice as a hunting platform to hunt seals, which is their main prey. Seals are a lot of fat, so they really actually go after this very calorie-rich diet. So really this hunting platform is essential for them. It's basically their grocery store. So with less sea ice available in given years, it's really affecting how much they can eat and starting to affect their survival rates.
Right, because although it's been a good year this year, what is the pattern of the sea ice?
Yeah, the reason we talk about this as being a good year is because it's a single year that looks like it used to look like in the 1980s, but since then, on average, the years have been getting less and less ice covered in summer. So this ice-free period in summer where they cannot hunt seals has extended by over a month now since the 1980s. Over the last 40 years, the trend was very clear towards less ice and so less opportunities for bears to hunt seals.
Is that having a measurable effect on the population here, on the bears here?
So we have actually good data there, and we see that since the 1980s, their population has basically been cut in half. Wow. From about 1,200 bears, plus minus, of course, it's hard to estimate, to about 600 now.
Is that directly connected with the planet warming emissions that we're putting into the atmosphere? How is it linked?
That's right. I mean, it's simply the fact that we're warming the planet. So it gets warm enough to melt the sea ice early in spring, and it takes longer in the fall to be cool enough for the ice to form. So it's simply a function of the warming of the entire planet and the Arctic as well.
Thank you so much, Flavio, and thank you for standing out in the freezing cold. And we'll be here making a film about this incredible place, its bears and its people, and you'll be able to see that film later on this year, and our BBC colleagues will be covering the UN climate talks throughout.